The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. While Jesus was still speaking to the crowds, his mother and his brothers were standing outside, wanting to speak to him. But to the one who had told him this, Jesus replied, "Who is my mother, and who are my brothers?" And pointing to his disciples, he said, "Here are my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother." The Gospel of the Lord. If we go all the way back to the book of Genesis, we see the promises that God made to Abraham in chapter 12. God was beginning to form a new people. And then we see that those promises were elevated to the status of a covenant and repeated again and again to the patriarchs. Finally, they were fulfilled in a preeminent way when the second person of the Trinity took on our humanity in the Incarnation. And Jesus, in a new and final covenant established in his blood and sacramentalized in the Eucharist for all time, not only fulfilled the promise to Abraham to form a new people, but surpassed it by establishing a new messianic family. Starting from Jesus and his mother, that is, the second Adam and the new Eve, this family continues to grow and expand as the Church universal, and to continue to be a blessing to the world. What binds this family together? As we heard in today's Gospel, doing the will of the Father, made possible through the grace of the sacraments. So what is our role in this family? It's to live in fidelity to our brothers and sisters, that those who are presently outsiders, those who are orphans, would want to seek membership, adoption. What is our family mission statement? We find it in the Sermon on the Mount. Our family motto statement, even shorter, is the Beatitudes. So rather than money, power, possessions, status, although these are not evil in themselves, they're not the most important things. Rather, poverty of spirit, meekness, peacemaking, purity of heart, righteousness for the sake of the kingdom, these are our family values. Now, some would suggest in today's gospel that Jesus is disrespectful to Mary, his mother, and it relegates her to just an ordinary person. But we don't hold that as Catholics, because we know that it was Mary's yes at the Annunciation and her continued yes all the way to the cross that really made her a model disciple. And she continues her role as intercessor in heaven, as our advocate, mediatrix of all graces. So she is our spiritual mother. In fact, Jesus made her that because on the cross, he gave her to the beloved disciple, John. John represents all of the church, and so Mary is our spiritual mother. So with God as our Father, Jesus as our brother, and the Blessed Virgin Mary as our spiritual mother, let us not be members of this family in name only, but rather engage frequently in family issues and matters. So, for example, if we're discerning a problem in our life, do we go to our family, that is the church? Do we share our stories of conversion, encountering Christ with our family? Do we volunteer to minister to those outside our family in effort to bring them in? Are we creative? If we don't see a particular ministry being operated in our family, do we discern the will of God and, with our brothers and sisters, be creative and begin a new ministry using our charisms that God gave us specifically to build up the family? Finally, is this parish like a family? If you were to answer yes, I venture to say that the gospel would offer a correction. This parish is not like a family. This parish is our family. Jesus was not speaking metaphorically, he was speaking literally. Into a culture where the biological family was so important, Jesus was speaking in a very radical way, and he's speaking again to us today to reprioritize how we think about this parish. This is our family. The members of the parish are our brothers and sisters. And if we doubt that, we only have to hear the words of Jesus in Matthew chapter 10, verse 37. Whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Whoever loves son and daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And since the church is the body of Christ, then that applies to the church. We are family. And so we have to think in new ways and not just consider, well, this is a parish that I attend once in a while and I receive what I receive and it's great. No, this is our family. And the people that you see sitting around you are truly your brothers and sisters. So we're called to reach out and to be in solidarity. Whoever is hurting, we are hurting. Whoever needs counsel, advice, should come from us. All surrounding this is the will of God from the beginning when he made those promises to Abraham.